more that you stand for what you believe in, which is unbelievably important, the more you're going to get haters. You're going to get haters. You're going to get trolls. That just is what it is. And back when I was on VH1, I was a very inauthentic version of myself. That was part of the shit to shift moment, right? When I realized that I was really not being who I was. And so my life kind of imploded on itself, because when you're not showing up authentically, that's usually what happens. You have no control over it. The universe is just like, you know what, I'm going to smack you in the face back into alignment and it's going to hurt. And it did. But I was this heavy metal girl in the public eye, and I don't even like heavy metal music. And people started to catch on. They were like, I was an actress. I was playing a part. I got this great gig. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep going with this. And all of a sudden I had this big audience of all these metal people that really loved metal. And they were like diehard metal. They were amazing. They're the greatest fans in the world. But I knew nothing about metal. And I had to like pretend that I did. Okay. And so I was like super blonde and like these ripped up rocker shirts. I didn't even know the bands that were on my shirt. I didn't know the people. It actually helped me because not be nervous when I would be in the dressing room and like these big rock stars would come in and I wouldn't even know who they were. So I wasn't starstruck. I was like, what up? Hey, like no big deal. However, there were people that would say mean things all the time. And there still are, even to this day, there's people that come onto my lives and spam it. Or if I have an opinion about something specific, like I did a reel the other day about, I believe that successful people are fast decision makers. And there's a lot, that reel went very viral. There's like 3 million views there, but there's also a ton of comments of people that don't agree. And I like that because that actually provides a conversation. The way that I deal with it is I send all the compassion and empathy and love to the humans that are commenting on my posts with whatever they believe to be true. Because I fully believe that if you're taking time to comment on one of my posts, you're actually lifting that up so more people can see it. And the people that are for me are going to be for me. And the people that aren't for me are going to go away. And that's great too. Hurt people hurt people. So there's never one human being that's going to comment something negative on your post that's more successful than you. They're just not. Right? Because the people that are really successful and happy aren't going and commenting negative things on people's 100%. Posts. So I just think about that person and I send them love because I'm so sorry that you're hurting or I activated you or you're feeling some sort of way that you need to come on and try to make me feel bad. That's sad. That makes me feel sad. So sometimes I'll respond and I'll say, like, thank you so much for your comment. This meant the world to me that you have a different viewpoint and I'm sending you all the love in the world. No, if you think about it, nobody can get mad and fight you for saying that. Like, what are you even going to say?
Right.
Or I'll just let it go and I won't answer or I'll block or I'll delete. But know that it's going to happen. And the way that you respond is your choice. It's all about perspective. You can look at it like, this is the worst thing. I'm never going to be seen again because everybody thinks all these bad things. Or you could say, wow, I'm starting a conversation here. And I'm so sorry that I activated you. I'm sending you love and compassion and gratitude for you. And I hope that you live your best life. Bye.
So that's it. And you move on. Did it trigger you in the beginning? Or were you prepared for it?
VH1 prepared me in a big way because people would say really mean things back then because it was all about the way that I looked. It wasn't about what I had to say. It was all about my boobs or how skinny I was or how blonde I was or my voice or whatever, really mean things that they would say. And it was all about like physical things. And so that really stung for me back in the day when my whole worth was wrapped around what I looked like because that was my job. And so if they were like making digs on that and I didn't know who I really was and the only thing that was making me feel worthy was the fact that I was this hot girl on this show and they were saying, you're not that hot or you're too skinny or you need to eat a cheeseburger or whatever they were saying to me. Yeah, that hurt. But the cool thing about it is I fully believe that every single thing that's happened to me is a very important lesson to make me who I'm becoming. And now I'm someone that needs to be equipped for people to say things to me. And since I experienced that was the greatest gift because it taught me that none of that stuff can really bring me down. They're just words. Really? And at the end of the day, like I get to choose and decide who I am and what I mean to this world. And I get to know who I am in my heart. And I know that.
Yeah.
So the words don't really mean anything to me anymore, but they did back then.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is that if people are experiencing that, they have to understand that it's all part of the journey to be able to get to where they want to be.
Yeah. And the people that are for you, there's going to be so many people out there. So let's say you decided, okay, so this thing about eating a lot of protein and eating meat and females building muscle is too controversial. Like I can't talk about it because there's going to be people that don't agree with me. It's way too controversial. So I'm just not going to talk about it because I don't want people to say bad things about me. Imagine if you thought that and said that and kept quiet because you were scared of what people would say. There are millions of women whose lives you're changing because they heard this and they now believe in it. Now, for every million woman, I don't know the math, but like there's going to be one or two that don't believe it and say something mean, but those people aren't for you. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's your responsibility to be sharing this message with the world for the people that do need it. And you can't let that one or two people that say something mean take away your purpose on this planet.